Hello people! Today we're going to do the nail room tour that I've been trying to do for a good while. So without further ado, let's go on in and you can see where all the magic happens. And here we go. I'm just going to do a quick pan and then we're going to go through the stuff individually. If you guys didn't know my favorite color is purple, you're going to know after this for sure. This is my plant window. This is the only room in the house I can have plants because the cats are not allowed in here, and if I have them anywhere else they just destroy them. Moving on, this is a cabinet that has all of my regular polish in it, which I use on rare occasion or also on my toes. Moving along, here is my desk, and as you can see, that little tiny area is all I have to work in. So that's why I'm always all scrunched up in there. Can't spread out any farther. But it's all the usual accoutrement. This is the setup I use for recording the videos. This gizmo here. My phone goes in the top. There's a light on the top and the bottom, and you can raise it and lower it up and down. We've got the curing lamp, the dust collector, a can that's full of most of my brushes and files, my e-file, my trusty fan that I couldn't get by without in here. Going on up, this cabinet over here has got all my Beatles polishes. I've got a little section of Model 1s because I've been getting a few of those here and there. Also, all the oddball stuff is in there, like the gel glaze and the top coats that got stuff mixed in, that kind of thing. Over here, we have the rest of the gel polishes, or most of the rest of them, in this cabinet, or in the shelving unit, I mean. And also, some of my gnomes are there. My Lucky Cat collection is on here. My rocker gnome, who watches over me and rocks out with me while I'm listening to tunes, while I'm doing stuff. This shelf is all of my regular polishes that are glitter. And up here, this whole shelf is all the Claboutet polish that I have. And moving up to the left there is a gel polish brand that I've just started to try out. I haven't done anything with them yet. And there are my alcohol inks. And panning back down, this is my computer desk where I do all my editing and voiceovers, like where I'm sitting right now. Excuse the rest of the mess of the junk that's just on there. Some of those things are just there. Okay, going to look at my drawers. This is a drawer where all my tools live. This is the drawer I'm usually in when you see the camera shaking and nothing's happening. I'm usually fishing around in here for stuff. I got all these baskets at the dollar store. They came in like a bundle of 3 for 99 cents. So I got a bunch of those to help keep my stuff in some kind of order. Going over to here, this is where my acrylic powders are, the few that I have. My polygels in there. My glues. Nippers. Those nail tips back there are the ones I use on my own personal nails. Down in here we have all the stamping stuff. We got all the stamping polishes I have, which is not all that many. My stampers. I've got all my stamping plates in this box back here. And I have made little dividers with index cards that have categories so I could easily find what I'm looking for without having to flip through a bunch of different plates to find, something in particular. So that's that. My gloves are there, obviously. This drawer is kind of a junk drawer where my overage of stuff is, extra pads, extra bags of stuff, containers. We're not going to spend much time in there because it's kind of a mess. Okay, these two cabinets right here are where all the fun stuff lives. Going into this top one, all my bulk glitter is in here, which quite frankly I rarely ever use any of it. I really need to start using some of this stuff so much more. The next one has got all the fine glitters, hollow glitter, that kind of thing. There's some of that tinsel glitter in there. Back here are all the chunkier glitters that are the shapes that I make, that I do like kind of like mosaic things with, that kind of stuff. I really need to use so much more of this stuff. This is a glitter mix I used on something. I don't recall what it was, but I always save any of the extra stuff when I mix things like that. And in here, where all my crystals are, I store them in these little stackable little pots. You guys see me have these out all the time. That's where they all live. I got some big crystals, which I very rarely ever use because I really don't like the big chunky ones on stuff. That moving along. In here, we'll start at the back, is all of the leaf, like the gold leaf, silver leaf, all those kind of things. Again, I don't use this stuff very often. And up here towards the front, this is the little container where a lot of the really fun stuff is, like my 3D butterflies are here. We got some Fimo fruit slices. All of these little things that you see me gluing on live in these little containers. Caviar beads are all in here. Quite frankly, if I never bought anything again for the next several years, I still wouldn't use all this. Okay, here is my chrome powders. I've made little swatches for some of these. Now I just got a set of new ones in. You can see them all at the back there. They came with a little picture on top that looks like that looks like the chrome when it's done, so I could see what it is. I didn't have to make swatches, which I thought was kind of cool. I wish they all would come that way. Then we have my carving gels, spider gels, gel paint towards the front of there. And as you can see, I've got those little flat baskety things that I like to keep stuff in. Okay, here's where I keep my tips. We'll look at this one case as soon as I turn it around the proper way because it's backwards. I'm trying to do this while I'm filming with one hand and doing stuff with the other hand. This is a new experience for me. But my tips, I keep in these kind of things, out, separated by size. The rest of them are in the rest of the drawers in this rack all the way down are all the different sizes. So we're not going to look at each of those. In here is where all of these little fun goodies are. All the wheels of stuff with different crystals, embellishments. Those are little rocks I have on my cactus set that I've got on now. Those I used some of on the last set I did. Just miscellaneous stuff like this is all in there. The front of here is all these little boxes, compartmental boxes. They've got all kinds of stuff. Some of this I've never used. Some of it you've seen me use before. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys have a bunch of these sitting around too. There's the stars I used fairly recently. There's some hearts, some more hearts. There's a stack that has clovers right there and some other St. Patrick's Day stuff underneath. And then underneath there's a bunch of Halloween ones, which I'll be getting out soon. Some butterflies. I mean, I would never use all of this up in my lifetime, quite frankly. But I cannot seem to stop myself from buying it. I have a real problem. Okay, moving along. In here, back here are my dried flowers, which I haven't used in eons. Striping tape. I've got these nifty little tape dispensers. I think you've seen me use these before. I got those from Allie. I really need to get some more because I've got other tapes that haven't gotten into there yet. They're just loose in the package right there. Up here, this is all Mylar, which I can't even tell you when I last used Mylar. But there it is. I got a big pile of it. I do want to do another set of, oh, there's also some crushed seashells in there. I want to do another set of opal nails, so I'll use it for that, hopefully. We got some acrylic paints in there, which I just shoved in there because I had no place else to put them. The little molds that I use for making embellishments, 3D embellishments. There's the holly leaves I used last Christmas. Back there in the back are a bunch of vinyls, which I haven't used since I was using regular polish on all my nails. So I got loads of those. They're just sitting there. In here is my entire collection of the Vanalisa mud gel. There's 60 colors. The only thing that I have the full collection of. I was so excited about that. And this one, my Macart polishes are in here. All the rest of these are pigments. You guys have seen me use all of these. Those little individual pots are glow-in-the-dark pigments, which I'm going to be utilizing soon. These are all the cheap art pigments I got in a set. There's 60 different colors, and they were like 12 something on Amazon. That was on Prime Day, so they might be a little bit more, but they're not much more. The markers I use, big deal. And the rest of those are just either have junk or they're empty. This is where my shipping supplies all are, in a big mess there. And the light box I use to shoot my pictures. My husband made that for me, as well as all the shelving and stuff in here. These white ones here are my sticker albums, stickers and decals. This is how I keep those. I can leaf through these quickly and easily. I've got them categorized, like one book is a certain thing and others, so I can find them faster. This green binder is where I keep my foils. I was taking up too much room storing them in rolls in the little boxes, so I've cut them into sizable strips, and I store them in this it's like they're pockets for like trading cards normally would go in there, but that's what I'm using for my foils. There's the one I just used on the last set I did, and if you'll see right above that, there's the exact same pattern except for it's mostly greens. I might do something with that again at some point, but there they are. And there's my laptop where I do a lot of the video work in there and whatever else I'm doing. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour, and I'll see you guys next time for a regular video. Bye bye.